Hi, my name's Debbie Ward. I'm the project lead for the Reuse Hub. We are a construction materials reuse hub located off the Bilston Road in Wolverhampton. This area is identified as having very high levels of deprivation, suggesting that the local community suffers with low employment and income levels, inaccessibility to health and community services, and high crime rates. The area is in need of economic regeneration efforts to address issues such as fuel poverty, homelessness and housing affordability. Our organisation here is operating under a business model where we take surplus materials from construction sites in the supply chain, sell it on to a large discount to local communities and small trades, with an application system for free materials for charity and community projects. So we deliver economic benefit. We're a retail store, we pay rent and we create jobs. We deliver environmental benefit by reducing waste, maximising resources and reducing carbon emissions, and we also deliver social value through our volunteer programme, skills workshops and giving the local community access to lower cost, lower carbon DIY and construction materials. Around the depot now, this is Dan, our shop manager, and he's going to show you around.
Let's get him and give you a quick tour. So, welcome inside the hub. This is our first area, so this is mainly going to be a display area for the bespoke work that our carpenters make, as well as a few other pieces from other friends of the hub, as well as some of our other stock, the non-wood items, for example bricks and things like that. Anything that's higher value to the customers, not so much the high value items, but something that is more of an interest to our customers. As we move down, you'll see that we've got some purpose-built areas. We have our purpose-built till area. This houses both the company's tills, as well as your variety of other bits and pieces you'll normally find around in any kind of shop space. We also have our little venue area. This has been used for a variety of things. So we've recently had it doing an art project where we had some local artists come in doing a clean air event, just to help educate people, especially our volunteers, about clean air issues. It's also been used for just consultation area, for bespoke work, as well as whatever is needed really. So if everyone gets in touch, we can use it for that. If we move you on to the second area. So in our second area, you'll find the majority of our wood stock. So this is where you'll find everything from pallet wood all the way through to sleepers. And we also have the start of the non-wood stock as well. So you'll find fixings and fixtures, bathroom equipment, as well as the start of our paint section. So as you'll see down on the side here, we have our Recolor paint. These are all remixed paints. They do a lot of work alongside Dulux to make sure that any excess paint and surplus in their side of things is all getting reprocessed into new colours, and then we can sell that at a discounted price for the public. You'll also find all of our bathroom style wares. A lot of this is all coming from surplus. It's all excess stock from builders, contractors, and those who normally are going to have ordered too much or just have things left over from previous job. We can then provide to the public for a severely discounted rate, so make it nice and affordable for the public. If we lead you through to the next area. So this is the workshop. This is the home of our carpenters. They do all of our bespoke work in here. This is also where they help train a lot of our volunteers, so they'll teach them how to do a lot of the wood projects themselves. We do have one of our volunteers doing some work right now. They generally going to be helping make scaffolding shelves, different types of units that are created. At the moment we've got this big project on for some big sideboards and worktops for a local business. These are the kind of things that we do a lot of, and it helps the volunteers train up into the woodcrafts that they'd like to get into. If we move on to area 3, so this helps us re-divert a lot of what would be wasted paints that would end up in landfill back into the public domain. All of it is sold for from around about £2 a litre, so it makes it very affordable for the public, as well as helping prevent it getting wasted. We carry on further in. The rest of this area is the rest of the non-wood products. So we have everything from plasterboard, drainage, insulation, a bit of everything you can imagine from the construction world. Again, as with everything else, this is all donated in. We do collections and we have things donated in by the business themselves, and we sell it on for, again, a massively discounted rate to make it very much more affordable for the public, and it helps keep that circularity of all the materials going as well. Our last area down the back here so down at this end, this is our processing area and our goods in. So as you can see, big shutter, that's where all of our materials come in through. As you can see, plenty of wood products, furniture, you can see a bit of the kind of things that do come into us on a regular basis. This all gets sorted at this side, and then as we move around, this is where our volunteer team does most of their work. This is where they process all of the items, they clean them down, they prep things for the bespoke work to be done, and they even finish off some of the bespoke work as well, doing a lot of the staining, a lot of the varnishing and things like that, just to make sure everything's finished off nicely, and it allows those volunteers to actually get their hands on and get involved in the nitty-gritty of what we do here. And the last thing I'd like to show you, in terms of the bespoke work that we do, is the office we built when we moved in. So this office has minimal items in there that have actually been purchased. Almost everything, especially all of the cladding, was all donated in. All of our insulation inside was actually the rock wool insulation that we've had donated. The only things we actually had to purchase for in there were some plasterboard, as we hadn't had any donated at that point, and some boards for the floor. And that was all we've had to actually purchase in. Everything else was from materials in the hub. So that's a little tour of the place for you. Hope you find it interesting.
So an important part of what we do here as well, whilst we try and encourage people to come in and have a look around at what we do, and we're offering the lower cost materials, we also want to explain why it's low carbon materials. So we do have some posters around the hub here explaining what the circular economy is, why it's important to make best use of what we've already got, to repair things, to look after them, and if we finish with them, to pass them on to other people, be it construction materials or clothing or whatever. So that's an important part of the messaging that we say to customers. We also offer training to our contractor contacts in terms of toolbox talks or the senior level head office training to go and talk to them about carbon emissions and circularity and the climate. So overall, what we're doing here, we've opened, as we said, in July. We're doing really well. We've achieved a huge amount. We've had hundreds of people through the door. We've diverted 120 tonnes of materials away from being waste. We've garnered a lot of construction industry support. A lot of people are enthusiastic about what we're doing. But since we've opened, even though we had the Kickstarter funding from the West Midlands Combined Authority, we're still not covering our costs. So this is the reason we're applying to NPower for some grant funding to enable us to have that gap funding. We really believe there's huge amounts of potential in our business model. We believe it can work, we believe we can be self-sufficient, but we just need that gap funding to get us to the stage where we are covering our costs and able to grow and continue to deliver that economic, environmental and social benefit. We have a wide stakeholder group, as I say, including the contractors. We've also got support from the local university, multiple different other volunteer groups, support coming from the council, but we still need that additional grant funding support. So we would really welcome the opportunity to speak to NPower about our fantastic project here. We're all really passionate about what we do, and we want to make sure we can keep moving what we're doing forward and grow into the future. Thank you.